You're watching CBS News Los Angeles, The Rundown.
Hello, I'm Juan Fernandez, and here's a look at your top stories. A bear is on the move right now in Castaic. Desmond Shaw is live in SkyCal. And Desmond, this has been going on for quite a while now.
Yes, it has, Juan. So we're right in front of Lake Castaic on the smaller lake just to the south of that massive reservoir. Here you see some officials from LA County Animal Control with the tranquilizer gun here trying to see if they can knock this poor bear out to relocate it here. Let's show you. It's being awfully elusive right now here, just kind of behind this pier where they store some boats. But we can show you earlier when it was near a drainage ditch, and it kind of got spooked by a couple of these officials that came out and tried to meet the bear. So let's show you that earlier video we saw moments ago with the bear out there running out in the open, but they kind of got it cornered in this area up against the water and this fence right here. So we believe the bear is still there. I don't think they want to tranquilize it when it's so close to the water, but we'll see how they handle this. So just widen out and show you the entire area that we're talking about right now outside of Castaic. There is a neighborhood on the other side of Old Ridge Route Road there and Hasley Canyon, so obviously they want to prevent the bear from doing that. So they'll probably have to relocate it somewhere to the east of the reservoir closer to the wilderness, and hopefully they can do that shortly. Live in SkyCal overhead, I'm Desmond Shaw. Juan, back to you in the studio.
And Desmond, from what you were able to see of the bear, did he look like a young bear, an older bear? I mean, to me, he looks pretty big from your shots, but don't know.
Yeah, kind of hard to say. I mean, we are pretty high. I think the bear might actually be a younger bear. It was definitely pretty scared. I mean, we've seen some black bears, pretty large. But as we know, these bears typically tend to be pretty docile. It got scared pretty easily and, ended up getting holed up in this area right here.
So it was first spotted in a neighborhood, and eventually it made it to this little watery area where officials are concentrated now, right?
I'm not entirely sure if it was ever in a neighborhood or if it's just been around Castaic, around the lake right here. We earlier saw it right up in this area is where the drainage ditch was on the other side of this fence, right down in this area. It was just kind of seemed to be having a pretty good time trying to get some nutrition. It was eating a couple of things, and then it got scared by the animal control officials over here closer to the water.
Yeah, we're looking at your video from earlier, Desmond. He kind of goes through those grates there by the drainage ditch, and then we see him kind of hanging out before he starts running through the neighborhood. And, I mean, our guess is just as good as yours here, Desmond. If they're focused, those animal control officers, I mean, they haven't moved from there. They're looking basically underneath the brush. They're just waiting for this bear, I guess, to make his or her next move. And the concern, as you mentioned, is the water. They don't want to tranquilize him, have him fall into the water, and then drown. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that is the calculus right now. There was someone else on the other side of the fence, this person right here, who I saw him pointing into the bushes like they had a pretty good view of the bear. But as we know, bears can be very, very good at hiding, especially from helicopters. So we've definitely had our hands full trying to get another visual here of the bear within the last couple of minutes. It is definitely not wanting to be found at the moment.
Yeah, no doubt, and I'm sure he feels safe there. He has a little bit of shade. He knows he's kind of in a secluded area. So we're going to let you keep watching the situation there, Desmond. We see one of those boats there as well, kind of keeping an eye on things. If anything were to change in the next minute or so, let us know, and we'll come right back to you. Thanks, Desmond. And now to this, 3 law enforcement officers are now killed after a shooting in Charlotte, North Carolina. Gunshots were heard in the East Charlotte neighborhood there. Police say multiple were rushed to the hospital. In fact, residents were asked to avoid the area. Officers were serving a search warrant when the shooting happened. CBS News has learned 2 of the victims were local task force officers. One was a U.S. Marshal's deputy. As many as 6 people were reportedly shot. Pro-Palestinian demonstrations continue at UCLA. Hundreds of students, faculty, and staff walked out of class this afternoon at noon and gathered outside of Royce Hall. Campus officials at UCLA and USC have beefed up security after a weekend of protests that got violent and tense at times. Students and protesters here and at other campuses across the country are demanding the school divest from Israel due to the ongoing war in Gaza. Well, over in Irvine, A similar pro-Palestinian encampment protest. Irvine's mayor released a statement asking law enforcement to not violate students' rights to peacefully protest. For now, OC Sheriff's Department members have been gathering in the parking lot nearby, but are standing down until asked to get involved. So far, we haven't heard of any problems at the protest. We will continue to monitor the situation here on CBS News Los Angeles. All right, turning now to the weather. What can we expect for the work week? Let's check in with meteorologist Olga Ospina. She has your next weather forecast. Olga.
Hi, Juan. And we are coming off of a beautiful weekend. It was a warm one. Temperatures in the 70s and 80s. And look at this. Santa Monica once again with some sunshine and people enjoying the Santa Monica Pier. It is a beautiful day out there. Temperatures right now checking in at 66 degrees. So mild along the coastline, but still not bad. We are seeing that sunshine after some cloud cover early this morning. But overall, the warming trend is on. We felt that warming trend yesterday. We're keeping it going this afternoon as well, and that means 80s. Santa Clarita currently checking in at 82 degrees. We have upper 70s in Van Nuys through parts of the Antelope Valley as well. Into the LA area, 77 in Pasadena as well as El Monte. Orange County, we have 79 in Mission Viejo, upper 70s as we head into the Inland Empire for places like Corona. Also plenty of 80s for the IE in Ontario, Fontana, San Bernardino, into Hemet and Palm Springs. It is hot out there, 93 degrees right now. We do have some winds, most of us not being impacted by this, but if you are in those higher elevations out through the I-5 corridor into the Antelope Valley, we are feeling some strong gusts in that 40 to 50 mile per hour range. That wind advisory now has been extended through Wednesday afternoon. Antelope Valley looking at gusts up to about 50 miles per hour, as is the case also for the mountains of Ventura County. Again, that's going to continue still for another couple of days, but the good news is that we are going to remain dry over the extended period with just a slight chance of getting some rain on Sunday. But for the most part, we are keeping things dry. High temperatures this afternoon, 70s and 80s. A beautiful Southern California day. The next 7 days will continue to bring us some warm temperatures with highs in the 70s and 80s for the LA area. By Thursday, Friday, you'll notice that warm up, and that's because we start shifting offshore. And that's going to help warm things up as we head into late in the work week. Still a nice weekend ahead as well. Valleys, you're looking at 80s over the next several days. A little cooler as we head into early next week, though. And for the Inland Empire, another hot spot, mid-80s will be the story for you as we head into tomorrow. A bit of a cool down on Wednesday, and then numbers rebound once again Thursday, Friday. Still looking good into the weekend. Here's a check of the deserts, the mountains, and for the beaches, still looking good along the coastline, especially Thursday into Friday with temperatures climbing to near the mid-70s. Juan.
Olga, thank you. All right, let's take you back to that bear situation in Castaic. Desmond, any luck spotting it yet?
No, not yet, Juan. You know, we've been flying all over the place here. We believe it is holed up right here underneath these this thick brush and trees here on the west end of the lower reservoir here at Lake Castaic. Animal control officials, they have waiting here, kind of biding their time, seeing if they can get a good shot at the bear. We haven't seen any shots being fired yet at this point, so just kind of a wait and see. These situations can be pretty hard and definitely a delicate operation to try to retrieve. They're going to take every possible opportunity to make sure that they can safely relocate the bear if they can get it tranquilized in a safe location for them to retrieve it. Juan, back to you.
Yeah, let's hope they can do that. We have video from earlier, Desmond, that shows exactly what happened here. We see the bear right there on the right side of your screen, kind of making it through that little drainage pipe right there, and is kind of stumbling along. You were saying, Desmond, that apparently it got a little something to eat and somehow got spooked and then started running through the neighborhood. And that's the big concern, right? Because just where the focus is of the search right now, just to the north of that in your shot, is a neighborhood, right?
Yeah, not too far away here, and that is Ridge Route Road. You know, really, it's the safety of the bear that is the bigger concern here. I mean, these bears are very rarely are they ever aggressive, but you can see that community on the other side of Ridge Route Road. That is a pretty busy thoroughfare as well in the Castaic area. So, you know, they want to make sure that the bear doesn't go run out onto that busy street during rush hour especially. All
right, Desmond, keep us posted, and we'll check back with you at the top of the hour at 4 o'clock. This has been CBS News Los Angeles, The Rundown. Thanks for joining us. I'm Juan Fernandez. We'll be back live at 4 right here on CBS News Los Angeles.